Getting your white balance right when trying to get cinematic footage is absolutely critical. Get it wrong and your footage can look terrible. If your white balance is set too warm, everything can look really orange and really sandy. And if it's too cold, your footage can look too blue and too icy. And this can be really hard to correct, even in post if it's each extreme. And you might say, well, why not just use auto white balance with the drone? The biggest problem with that when trying to get cinematic footage is your drone will adjust the white balance as you record. So as you fly through a scene, your drone will be constantly changing your white balance, and this can be really jarring to someone watching it. It can make the footage look really strange because the colors are changing. One minute it looks warm and the next it looks cold. And also, and most importantly, it makes it nearly impossible to color grade in post because one minute you're color grading for one look and the next you're color grading for a different look as you fly through a scene and the white balance shifts. But getting white balance right as a beginner can be quite tricky, but luckily I have a quick hack today that means even as a beginner with manual white balance, you can get it spot on every time and let the drone do it for you with this hack. Let's jump right in. So before I get into this quick white balance hack, I just want to say 88.9% of you aren't subscribed to my channel. So if you love drone related content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you learned something new, please make sure to hit that like button. And make sure your notification bell's on so you don't miss any of my other upcoming drone related videos. So this hack is fantastic if you're a beginner trying to get the grips on how to set your white balance in your drone, but it can also come in really handy for experienced pilots who on a sunny day with glare can see their screen well enough to fly, but not well enough just to dial in that color temperature and their white balance. And so this hack can make sure that the drone does it correctly for you and save you the hassle of getting back, looking at your footage and thinking, that footage is just too warm. So the first thing you want to do this quick hack is you want to obviously get your drone in the air, and most importantly you want to point it in the direction you're going to be recording. Now at this stage you would normally use the white balance slider shown here to set your white balance. But for this quick hack, what you want to do is you want to put it into auto. You want to put your video settings into auto. And what's going to happen now is your drone is going to take over white balance and it's going to set your white balance for you. But this is where the magic happens. You want to immediately flip it back into manual, but the white balance your drone has just set will remain. So what's happened here? What has happened is because you put it into auto, your drone has took a look at the direction you want to be filming because you pointed it in that direction. It has said, okay, this is the white balance I think we should set here, and it's set it for you. And now because you've flipped it into manual, you've locked them white balance settings in. And that's critical because it now means as you fly, it's not going to be shifting the white balance warmer, colder as you move through the scene. You're going to get a good white balance because it's just set it and it's locked in so it won't keep changing. And in my experience, I found that obviously doing it manually yourself is the best and most preferred method, but using this quick hack, white balance hack, I find that it gets really good results, and 9 times out of 10, it's actually really close to what you would set it yourself. And as mentioned, massive benefit of not having to deal with a shifting white balance that it would do if you kept it in auto as you're recording. So as mentioned, this little hack is great for beginners. If you're not familiar with setting white balance, this can be really handy to guide you because you can learn by doing this what your drone thinks the white balance should be, and you can learn what white balance should be in different scenarios and just what it should be set to for different scenes, different areas, different locations. So it's great for that. And also, like I said, it's great if you're an experienced pilot and you've got a glare shining on your phone screen. You can fly the drone fine, you can see where you're going fine, that's all great, but there's just a little bit too much glare on your screen to be able to dial that color temperature in. In those scenarios, this tip can come in really handy to make sure you don't get back and find out your footage is just completely the wrong white balance. So if this quick tip, this quick hack has helped, please make sure to hit that like button. And as mentioned, if you're new around here and haven't subscribed, please make sure to subscribe. Make sure the notification bell's on so you don't miss any of my other videos. I appreciate you watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.